of what you pay, or they're going to get a one-time bounty, a one-time payment up front. No one knows the details on that. Those are usually pretty sensitive things, but that's what's going on here is these companies that are streamers that are not quite big enough are saying, it's worth paying YouTube to get us more subs than to gut it out on our own.
Are they going to be able to do that ad-free, though?
Well, this is where you're going to see a confusion around YouTube. You've got regular YouTube, which we've known forever, right? Then you've got this new one called YouTube Primetime Channels. Then there's YouTube Premium, where for $12 a month you don't see any ads on YouTube. And then there's YouTube TV, which is their replication of the old cable bundle, which is $65 a month. YouTube's becoming a complicated thing. It used to be simple. You go to the site, watch cat videos. It's not quite like that anymore.
Thank you for saying that because I'm confused. And whatever, making a decision of what I'm going to subscribe to and then actually putting it up on my smart TV, it's gotten too complicated for me.
Yeah, Patty, TV has never been harder. We thought TV was going to get simpler, narrowly chosen for what we want, and cheaper. And I don't think any of those have panned out very much in the post-cable era, which we're definitely in, and we're not going back. But TV's complicated. You've got to dive in and out of all these platforms to find what you want. You've got to manage your subscriptions. You got to decide where do I have duplication or where am I missing what I want. And it's still kind of a morass. This doesn't solve that, but it certainly helps some of the second-tier players get more visibility as they try to stay out there and not get acquired or merged with someone else.
And then there's Disney, who's just streaming it through its own app. Do you foresee in the future Disney going to a model like this, or are they just so successful that they don't need to?
Yeah, they're in first tier. There's no real serious buzz that those like the Disney, Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, and Apple TV Plus are going to need this kind of help. They have this gravitational pull. They're Jupiters. These other ones we're looking at here are Neptunes. They're not quite big enough to be giants in the solar system, but they're large and credible. But there's still some more consolidation coming. And by the way, this YouTube service has the 5 or 6 we're talking about, like Showtime and AMC Plus and Epix and a few others, and about 25 you've never heard of. So they've really packed it up with a bunch of really small services, too.
That's CNET editor-at-large, Brian Cooley. Clorox is seeing lower demand for its cleaning products as the COVID pandemic fades and inflation squeezes household budgets. The company sees more job cuts on the way. Earnings for its latest quarter beat forecasts despite lower sales volume. Most companies still have the Help Wanted sign out. The government says job openings rose last month to 10.7 million. Analysts expected a decline. There are roughly 2 available jobs for every worker that wants one. Johnson & Johnson is adding to its stable of medical devices with a $17 billion deal for Abiomed. Its devices help support weak hearts. The deal comes as J&J prepares to spin off its consumer business next year. November is off to a slow start on Wall Street as investors await tomorrow's interest rate announcement from the Fed. The Dow Industrials lost 80, the S&P dropped 16, the Nasdaq fell 97. Larry Kofsky, Bloomberg Business for KCBS.
If you own a business, this has been a bumpy ride. From pandemic to inflation, I'm sure you could use a break. If your business has 5 or more employees and survived COVID, you might be eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. The team of tax attorneys we have put together are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. We do all the work, charge not a dime up front, and simply share a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those that took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales. We have helped return over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help you too. Just go to getrefunds.com/news, click on Qualify Me, and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. Go to getrefunds.com/news. That's getrefunds.com/news.
Will you be the next winner of the San Francisco Bay Dreamhouse raffle? The grand prize is a new multi-million-dollar home in Walnut Creek or $1 million in cash. The San Francisco Bay Dreamhouse raffle will award over 1,000 prizes, including luxury cars, cash, and exotic vacations to destinations like Paris, Bali, Belize, Costa Costa Rica, Hawaii, Jamaica, Canada, and New York City. Get all the details at sfraffle.com. The Dream House is an elegant new home in Walnut Creek, designed and landscaped with luxury in mind. There are 6 bedrooms and 7 baths, a pool, spa, and outdoor kitchen. Do good and win big with the San Francisco Bay Dream House raffle, benefiting Yerba Buena Center for the Arts. The grand prize is your dream house in Walnut Creek or $1 million. Buy your raffle tickets now. Call 800-870-7886. That's 800-870-7886.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they had atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer. I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
We check traffic now with Carolyn Burns.
And we head to Morgan Hill, where on 101 southbound, this is about 2 miles or so before Cochran Road, CHP is on the way to check out reports of some sharp objects in the road. Whatever it is, it's popping tires. And there are about 8 or 9 cars on the right-hand shoulder. They're all changing tires, so we really don't know what's going on there. If you happen to be driving by, you can always give us a call at 415-391-KCBS. Your next traffic update is at 11:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Chance of showers tonight and tomorrow. Overnight lows tonight, mostly upper 40s. Highs tomorrow, mid-50s to low 60s. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
Want the very latest in sports? Listen for the Bay Area Chevy Dealers Sports Desk. Visit BayAreaChevroletDealers.com.
But you can't stop. There's Vicks Vapor Rub. Vicks Vapor Rub sends powerful medicated Vicks vapors right to the source of your... so you can experience cough relief and breathe easier. Generations of families have trusted Vicks Vapor Rub to help relieve the worst cold symptoms. So next time you have a cough, reach for the Vicks Vapor Rub. Vicks Vapor Rub. Cough relieving is believing. News that matters to you. Around the Bay, around the world, around the clock. All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
It's Tuesday, November 1st, 2022. Coming up on KCBS.
I'm Alice Wirtz. Crab season delayed again this year.
Not everybody was happy to see the rain today, and Governor Newsom hopes at the end of the midterm season may bring a decline in political violence. I'm Peter Finch. KCBS News Time is 11:31.
CBS News Brief, multiple missile launches by North Korea towards South Korea have ratcheted up the tensions on the peninsula. Reporter Alex Jensen in Seoul.
North Korea test-fired around 10 missiles, 3 of which were short-range ballistic missiles, according to South Korea's military. Crucially, one of those 3 flew south of their disputed maritime border.
The man accused of breaking into the home of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and attacking her husband Paul was arraigned on Tuesday. KCBS reporter Megan Goldsby was there.
He did have a sling on his arm. We asked his lawyer what the sling was about. He said that his shoulder was dislocated, and that did happen in the altercation last week at the Pelosi's house.
Less than a week before the midterms, a lot of eyes are on Pennsylvania. CBS's Robert Costa is there.
And when you see prices go up, how does that influence your politics? Well, it makes you think about who's going to do the best job. Do you believe abortion rights will galvanize Democrats? I think so, especially women.
CBS News Brief. I'm Christopher Cruz.
KCBS News Time, 11:32. California's governor is hoping by this time next week, when the midterm elections are over, we can dial back the political venom that he says fueled last week's attack on Paul Pelosi.
As KCBS reporter Holly Kwan tells us, Gavin Newsom partly blames conservative media for fanning those flames.
Governor Gavin Newsom knows what political vitriol looks like, including during last year's attempted recall election.
I know what over the last 3 years has come in my inbox.